Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a very easy project. We're making shower steamers. A shower steamer is something you add to your shower floor while you're showering. It will dissolve and it will release and diffuse the essential oils that you're going to add to it. In this case, peppermint essential oil, so you can breathe it in with the steam. Now typically a shower steamer consists of two dry ingredients. The first one is sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. This is how it comes. It's usually in a container and it's a white substance. And we are going to be using 2 parts of sodium bicarbonate to 1 part of citric acid. We are going to start by measuring out the sodium bicarbonate here. In this case, I'm using 900 grams. Of course, your batch size may vary, maybe bigger or smaller, but whatever you want to do, the rule of thumb is you always want to have 2 parts of baking soda to 1 part of citric acid. In case you're interested to know how to recalculate a batch size, I have a video that I will link up here in the right hand corner. Some people have asked for and found it very helpful, so if you're interested you can go and see that too. Alright, so we have our 900 grams of sodium bicarbonate and we are moving on to our next ingredient, which is citric acid. That makes it possible for the product to dissolve under the shower. We are going to use the anhydrous one. It means that it contains no water. Make sure you get this type here, so you prevent it from fizz before you actually use it. Okay, so now we're going to weigh out our citric acid. It's 1 part of it, so we had 900 grams of sodium bicarbonate and we are going to add 450 grams of citric acid. The shower steamer is not a product that is in direct contact with the skin, so it doesn't need to include any type of skincare ingredient as such, because these 2 ingredients here are just a carrier for the essential oil, and that's all we need. We just want it to diffuse while you are showering. So we have the citric acid weighed out here, our 450 grams, and we can move on to the next step. This is an optional step, of course. You can color your shower steamer. I like to use a green color because I'm going to use peppermint. So I think it's funny if the steamer has a nice fresh color. And what I like to do whenever I color anything is to start with a little bit of color. I can always add more if I'm not happy that it isn't strong enough, as opposed to if it's too colored I cannot take it back anymore. I use a fork usually to mix in ingredients because I think that I have a better control and a better grip on the mixture. But of course you can use also a spatula, or you can use your hands, whatever you like and whatever works best for you. By the way, this color here is Harlequin Shimmer Mica from You Make It Up. If you're interested to see how to make bath truffles, you can see here an example. I have different kind of videos here on my channel. So I'm happy with the color right now. I'm gonna grab my mixer I have a mixer that I'm using also to whip up body butters. It has a sturdy whisk. I think it's quite important to use a mixer that has a good whisk that is not gonna break whenever you're making a product. I will leave the link down in the description box below if you want to see if you can find one where you live. I'm very happy with this one here. I never had any problems and it's working since a couple of years. I'm using it for whipped sugar scrubs as well. You can find the videos here on my channel too. I have a couple of those. So you just want to make sure that you get rid of all the little clumps so that your shower steamer will be smooth looking. Good, so once you're happy with your texture, we are going to be adding our essential oil. Now, for this particular recipe, I'm using peppermint essential oil. But of course, you could also use lavender essential oil. Like for example, let's say you have somebody that prefers to shower in the evening, then lavender is very relaxing. We are using peppermint, and peppermint, when diffused, can boost energy, clear the respiratory tract, stimulate circulation, alleviate feelings of nervous tension and stress, and soothe feelings of irritability. So we're just gonna add 20 grams of peppermint essential oil. Please make sure you always check the recommended usage rates for a particular essential oil. You want to make sure that you're not using more than what is actually allowed in a particular area or for a particular essential oil. So now here you give it again a mix with your mixer, making sure that everything is really nicely blended. Once you're happy that everything is nicely blended, you want to grab into your mixture and squeeze the mixture and see whether or not it holds. You want to make sure that it holds the shape. So if this doesn't happen, then you take a little bit of witch hazel and you transfer into a spray bottle. Like this is the most practical way, and you give just a couple of spritzes into the mixture. Not too much, you can always add more here. Same principle as with the color, and you want to give it a good mix again. And then again try if the mixture holds. And you can see it's much better than before. So a couple of spritzes makes also a huge difference, so you don't want to overdo it here. So you just give a couple of spritzes more. You mix again. You really want to achieve this texture like damp sand, you know? Almost there, not quite yet. We're gonna give it a couple of spritzes and a mix. Can you see now? This is very nice. Okay, so we're gonna grab our mold. I like to use a tray underneath, first of all, because you can move around your project if you need the space, but second, also if you have something underneath, you minimize the mess you are making. So what you want to do now is just grab your mixture and firmly press it into the molds. And usually when I'm making shower steamers, I'm using another kind of mold, as you can see in the picture here. It's a leaf mold that I absolutely love. Of course, now I'm using smaller ones because I will be making an advent calendar. So these steamers need to fit inside the small cavities of the calendar. And you will see this project very soon here on my channel. So stay tuned for that one. Here you can see the advent calendar, like the assembling of it. So you can see the cavities are quite small, but you can still fit something into it. And this mold I'm using here for the shower steamer, I'm gonna leave the link also in the description box. And if you want to see some reviews of molds and the type of molds that I like to use, I also have a video here, and I leave it up in the right hand corner. So you really want to firmly press the mixture into the molds here, and then I highly recommend to use a dehumidifier just to make sure that the environment is really dry and not moist. Otherwise it could be that the steamers start to fizz. And then you want to leave it for 24 hours in the mold before you want to unmold them. So here it's the next day. The shower steamers are completely firm to the touch and very easy to unmold, you can see. Very easy. That's also a very nice quality mold here. It's from EQUIPEMENT. It's actually a mini brownie mold. I'm using it also for the bath truffles. Very, very nice quality. You can do different kinds of steamers. You can do it in other colors and shapes, and it can be really funny. Alright, so I hope you really enjoyed this video here. I hope to see you around very soon for another one. In the meantime, I wish you a wonderful day, that you could start with these invigorating peppermint shower steamers. Bye bye!